Your selfishness is suffocating you. I've been learning a little bit about this and what it really means to be a follower of Christ this year, ever since giving my life to Jesus at the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024. I had kind of the head knowledge of what it meant to follow Christ, but it's not going to be an overnight fix. You know, when you're coming from living the ways of this world, we are kind of made and groomed and chiseled to be these very selfish creatures. If you follow the ways of the world, it is all about what you want. What do you want the first thing in the morning? Your phone. You know, self-gratification, looking at likes, looking at what other people are doing, and it's sort of like all catered to what you want, what you desire. And then it's like, okay, what do I want to wear? What do I want to do today? Me. And this culture, and even like self-love culture, is all about what we want and what partner we want and what job we want, what style we want, what food we like, what exercise we like. Me. What do I want? All the time. What people do I want around me? We are so used to the life around us not just being acceptable with self-seeking behavior, but encouraging self-seeking behavior. Trust yourself, follow yourself, love yourself. Put yourself first, girl. And yes, there is some truth to that. It's very important that you have self-respect and that you are walking into rooms and being around environments and people who lift you up. However, it is so freeing to know that the world does not revolve around you. And as someone who has followed Christ for the last 1 year of my life, I noticed how selfish I was. And even with my life transforming overnight, it's so easy to fall into self-righteousness and think, oh wow, my life looks so different from all the people around me. I must be doing so great. But no, it's all about the glory of God. God did everything in my life. God did everything. I was just reading this book this morning, and this is whenever I had this revelation. It's called Single Today. And the author, Ryan, he mentioned a throne. So just envision a throne, envision a seat. If you are living in the world and if you're not fully surrendered to Christ, we end up sitting in that throne. And everything in this world has arrows pointing towards us. Like, how can the world benefit me? How can everyone around me be giving to me? How can I be kind of like consuming this world instead of giving out to this world? Especially if you're single and you don't have someone to take care of, you don't have children to take care of, you don't have a partner to think about in your day-to-day life. And maybe you're not taking care of your parents if they're not that age yet. We are sitting in this throne and it's all about us. And it's like, makes us kind of blame the world and blame God and blame everything for our own circumstances instead of taking the spotlight off of ourselves and entering every single day like, how can I be of service to others today? It's not about us. We're sitting on this throne that is made for God. We are so disappointed if something doesn't go right because we are worshiping ourselves. We are so concerned about our status and our achievements and our awards and what we do and what we look like and all these things because the focus is on the wrong thing. We are not able to live in the present moment and enjoy the gift of presence and the gift and the glory and bask in God's glory if we have the wrong person on the throne. I've been on my own throne for 24 years of my life, and I'm ready to kick myself off of that throne so I can start giving God the glory It's all about God, and we make it all about ourselves. And therefore, we are constantly disappointed and constantly not feeling like we are measuring up to the rest of society, because guess what? It is normalized and it is encouraged for us to be our own God in this culture. It is encouraged, it is honored, it is celebrated. But it only leads to disappointment, to death, to destruction. If we are our own gods, we will never measure up to the glory of what is supposed to be on the throne, and that is God, because He is worthy of it, and He is the only one who will measure up. If our hope is in ourselves, we will constantly be disappointed. If our hope is in others, so we're gratifying other people, it's just a continual bottomless cup that we're pouring ourselves into, and it will never measure up for the true worship and the true kingdomship that we were made for. We were made to serve others. We were made to serve God. We were not made to serve ourselves. And the thing that you must understand is God doesn't want us not to get any of the glory. There is actually more glory waiting for us, and more blessings and more fruit that will come from our lives if we step off the throne. Those who are first will be last, and those who are last will be first. If you stop making your life all about you, watch what God brings into your life. Watch the miracles, because when we are in charge, we block God's blessings. But if we die to our flesh, God is able to sit in the throne and give us back the glory, because He loves His children. He's not going to hold out on what your heart desires. You're just sitting in the throne, and you're not allowing God to fully have authority of your life. Surrender is stepping aside. Surrender is not following our fleshly desires, because we are blocking the blessings of what the only King can bring for us. He is the one who can move mountains. So why are we getting in God's way? I hope you understand this message like I understood this message whenever I read it this morning. It really, really shifted the way I'm thinking about life. And I'm just able to step into today and live today and accept the miracles of today, step into the heart posture to receive, to have my hands open, to be in full servitude of letting God direct my path, direct my way. He is the only way. We have these lives completely mixed up. The world makes it all about the self. And the kingdom is all about the glory of others. And the glory of God. It's the only thing that brings true happiness, peace, joy, love, gentleness, kindness, self-control, patience. The fruit of the Spirit is something that only God can move in your life, and it's not going to be an overnight fix. We are selfish creatures innately, and it is celebrated to be selfish in America. It is celebrated to be selfish all over the world. But it only leads to disappointment, and until we step off the throne, we will never be kings and queens. I hope this blesses you. I love you, and I will talk to you next time. I forgot to say God bless you, and I hope He guides you today. Amen.